You're listening to the Trading Bear Podcast. This is episode 2, The Daily Show.
Mystery player. Position.
Defender.
Start price.
£2.86.
Current price.
£7.06.
PB.
88p.
MB.
0.
Dividend yield.
12.5%.
Hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining again. Right then, let's have a look at today's daily news. Today is Monday the 25th of February. And the market's actually pretty quiet today. It's fairly usual for a Monday for those that perhaps haven't joined the platform for all too long or have only been in it for 3-4 weeks. It tends to be fairly quiet on Sunday night, Monday. It tends to be a downtime for the market, so don't be too surprised if your portfolio's down anywhere between 0 and 1%. It's just usual pattern for the Monday, and then it builds up again for the Fridays. So nothing too much to report on the news. Let's go straight into today's risers and fallers. Risers first of all then. The first one is the Newcastle player Sean Longstaff. He's gone up 40p today and is now at £2.70. Why has he gone up so much? It's largely due to the fact that he had a good performance against a 10-man Huddersfield on Saturday. Therefore, he got a little bit of airtime on Match of the Day. Now, it was a particularly easy fixture against a 10-man bottom of the league, so how much you can read into that, I'm not too sure. However, he is a very good player. He's certainly highly recommended by the Newcastle following. And he does have Burnley up next on TV tomorrow night. That's Tuesday the 26th of February at the time of recording. So, is there a short-term gain on this? I think there is. If you got in early enough, then yeah, I'd probably take the profit and sell him up from now. Is he going to go much more than £2.70 long term? He'll have a few peaks and troughs along the way. Certainly if he gets called up for the England squad, you've only really got to look at Declan Rice at West Ham there for a slightly similar comparison. However, long term wise, I'd expect him to settle around the £3 mark, £3.30 mark. Second riser today on the list is a player well known by now, and it's Jadon Sancho, the winger, the English winger at Dortmund, playing in the Bundesliga. He's gone up 22p today, and he's now at a staggering £13.91. He was actually one of my own original buys when I first joined the platform in August 2018. At that point, I had him for £3.50. I waited for him to be called up to the first England squad. He then wasn't, and then I sold at £3.30. What do I know? Now, as to why he's rose 20p today, or 22p, it's largely due to the fact the quality of the goal as opposed to a particular performance. He scored a great volley at the weekend against Leverkusen in the 3-2 win for Dortmund. He's English, he's seen as the next big thing. In my opinion, he already is the next big thing. He's a very, very good player. At the moment, is that translating into PB value or MB value? It's not at the moment, so I see that price of £13.91 is just too high at the moment, along with a few other players. That's for another episode though. Today, too much. Let's look at two fallers now, and the first one is Marcus Rashford. Well, along the lines of Jadon Sancho, he was one that shot up, of course, when Mourinho was first sacked. He was around about the £5.50, £6 mark from memory. He's now at £12.39, and that's after today's drop of 28p. Why has he gone down? Maybe he was just overbought. He didn't score, of course, at the weekend, and as we all know, these markets are extremely volatile, especially for strikers. If they're not scoring a hat-trick, they get sold. Even if they do score two, sometimes they still go down. Marcus Rashford, I think his price is just going down just to reflect a bit of the market. At £12.39, he's just too much at that price. He doesn't return any PB. He returns limited MB, although he is starting to get a little bit more coverage in the media. What is his price right now? I would say a good, comfortable price for him is around about the £8-9 mark. Certainly for me at £12.39, he's just too much, and I'm not surprised at that reduction at all. Now, the second player on today's Fallers, I am more surprised at. The second one is the captain of England and the captain of Tottenham Hotspurs is Harry Kane. He's fallen down 23p and he's now at a price of £10.57. Why has he gone down? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. He's just come back from injury. He scored the penalty in the 2-1 loss against Burnley. Maybe it was due to people that bought him during the injury and then selling just when he came back. That's quite a common tactic at the moment. But £10.57, I still actually think he's a pretty good buy. He's a solid MB player. He gets more MB than I actually realised before I researched him, and perhaps people don't realise just how much MB he does pick up. He's not one of those players that's going to go on massive runs and win 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row. He's just steady Eddie over the year, and that will pick up his fair share. And especially in the summer, England have got the semi-finals of the Nations Cup, and I think he's actually quite a good buy. Before we get into today's questions, I should just actually point out that I don't actually own Harry Kane, and in fact I don't own any of the 4 risers and fallers on today's show. If you are interested in who I hold in my current portfolio, then please head over to the website tradingbearpodcast.com and you'll find my portfolio loaded up there under the My Portfolio section. Right then, let's head over to your questions. Moving on to your questions now, and remember you can either email the website tradingbearpodcast.com or you can find me on Index Gain and direct message me under Trading Bear. So the first question, got 2 questions today. First one comes from Nick from London, and he's emailed in asking, I've watched the market from afar for a while now. Can I start with just £100? Is it worthwhile? Short answer to that, Nick, is yes, definitely. Firstly, I think it's great that you've watched from the market from afar to begin with, to get an understanding of why the players might go up, why they might go down. Now, I think it's a good idea that you do just invest with a small amount of money first of all, and remember to always only put in the money that you're willing to completely lose. Always remember that prices can go down as well as up. So whether you have a 2-digit, a 3-digit, 4, 5 or even a 6-digit portfolio, it's all relative and what you feel comfortable with playing with. Question 2 comes from Gary from North Carolina. Fantastic to hear listeners in America. Please continue with that. And Gary asks, who do you predict will be the MB King this summer? MB stand for Media Bonus. Great question, Gary. And I've got 3 players on my mind for this particular question. First one has to be, doesn't it? Has to be Paul Pogba. He's an absolute machine when it comes to MB. He's the highest dividend winner for MB this season, and it just doesn't look like going away. Whether he's got a haircut, a new car, it doesn't even have to do particularly good football on the pitch. He just seems to get MB on a regular basis. He's my first one. Secondly, he's currently injured, and in fact he may well be out for the whole season. Waiting more news on that. But of course, he's the other MB King and second in the rankings overall, and it's Neymar. He looks like he might be on the move in the summer. Whether he returns back to Barcelona, even possibly Real Madrid, it's going to generate headlines. Another player that, whether he's getting a haircut or he's just doing out with friends or his birthday or his sister's birthday party, another one that just generates the MB. Neymar's my second one. And lastly, I think you have to look at Eden Hazard. I mean, what's going on at Chelsea at the moment? It just looks a club in disarray. Looking back at the keeper incident, especially with Sarri, and we've never seen it on the pitch, a player refusing to come off. All does not look well in the Chelsea camp, and Eden Hazard looks like he may well finally be off this summer. That's going to rumble on all transfer window, I would have thought, so he would be my third choice. Right, and that's it for this episode. Feel free to subscribe on iTunes and head over to the website to send in a question, tradingbearpodcast.com. Alternatively, you can find me on Index Gain under the name Trading Bear. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for the Mystery Player.
Mystery player. Position.
Defender.
Start price.
£2.86.
Current price.
£7.06.
PB.
88p.
MB.
0.
Dividend yield.
12.5%.
Trading Bear. Today's mystery player was Joshua Kimmich.